Hello everyone, and welcome. I am Ignited Trap, and I hope that y'all end up enjoying this video. Today, we will be checking out, today will be a battle video for the modded Hatzegopteryx, I think is how it's pronounced. It's this really big, scary death bird thing. It's really cool. It's really tall, like really tall. They're pretty freaking strong. I would say they're a little above a Rex in power. They can fly, and the wild ones have some pretty smart AI where they'll actually either come down and land and fight, or they'll fly after you. They know if you're flying or not. You know, they're not stupid. They don't just fly all the time or run all the time, which is really neat to see. But today, we're going to be seeing how powerful they are. We're going to start off with level 1s. Might only do level 1s this whole episode. It depends on how many fights I think of. So we're going to start off by letting two Allosaurus start, or Allosauruses, whatever, start the fight. And then, if they win, we'll let the Hatzegopteryx start the fight next time. So let's go ahead and let's get this started. Alright, that was a pretty interesting fight. It's still got about, 250 health left after healing. But, it was able to do it. So I guess we won't be letting them start the fight. Because I don't see the point of letting it start the fight if we know it already wins. You know, if it can win without starting the fight, what's the point of letting it start the fight? It'll just win even harder. It'll just have more health left. And it did some pretty decent damage in that fight, too. By the way, if you end up enjoying this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, only leave a comment if you can think of something to say, but comments help boost the video, and likes help do the same thing. Subscribing gets the number up, and I need a certain amount of subscribers to be monetized, and I would really appreciate if I could make money off of these videos. I like making them, but it would be, it'd be a great way to support me. Let's get on to the next fight. Alright, we're going to do a level 1 Mammoth versus a level 1 Hatzegopteryx. So, you can see it. It says 1.4k, but it's actually like 1,360 health that it has. And then the Mammoth has, I think it has a little over 1,000. I don't think 1,000 is correct. It has 1,020 health. Just thought I'd check that out, just to be sure. Alright, let's go ahead and get this battle started. That Mammoth did almost the same as the two Allos did on its own, so that's pretty good. I think we'll do a couple more battles, and then I haven't actually done this yet, but I think I want to see this thing at like level 150, what kind of stats it can have, like what kind of health. Let's go ahead and move on to the next fight. Alright, we're going to be throwing a Colossuscrpius up against the Hatzegopteryx. It is an official DLC creature from Scorched Earth, while this thing is a modded creature. So, it's got 950 health, or 900.1 health. 950.1 health, sorry. And then the Hatzegopteryx, basically 1,400 health. Let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, this fight's a lot more even, but I'm still gonna let the Dinotherium, the giant elephant, start this fight. It's probably gonna win because of that, but I just want to see if I'm wrong or right and see how it goes. Because not every fight in this game in the wild is gonna be fair where both sides start the fight at the same time. Someone's gonna get the first hit, so fairness is not really something that Ark is known for. But I'm going to let the Dinotherium, or Dinotherium, start the fight. It has 1.8k health, which I'm pretty sure it's not 1.8. I think it's like 1,700. Yeah, it's 1,700.1 versus the Hatzegopteryx, like 1,360, but it rounds up. This mod likes to round up the numbers, so let's go ahead and see how this fight goes. Alright, I wasn't too terribly surprised that it won, but it was a bit closer than I thought it would be. It does still have over 500 health left. Alright, next fight, the Hatzegopteryx is going to start, and if it wins, then we're going to have a third fight where they both start the fight at the same time. Wow, it was left with under 100 health left after that fight. So it won, but it barely won. So, we're going to see what happens when they both start the fight at the same time. Before anyone, is like, this was unfair. You should have had them both start the fight. It's science, people. Gotta see how it goes either way. Does the hat still win if it starts the fight? Otherwise, them starting the fight at the same time doesn't really matter. Let's carry on. Alright, I'm going to have to fly up and unclaim one of them, but they're both going to be on aggressive. And I put some distance between them, so if one of them, like specifically the Dinotherium, if it hits its buff call, it has time to do it. So let's go ahead and start this up. Let's unclaim you. Okay, so that's what happens if they both start the fight at the same time. The Hats wins with even more health? Okay, hold on. I don't know if I trust that trait. What does that trait do? Distracting. This creature distracts targets it hits, causing them to deal less damage to anything other than itself. So it wouldn't have been taking less damage. Was that a female? It couldn't have been a female I spawned. It looked like a female, but I know I didn't hit that option to make that a female. Well, whatever. Hats wins somehow with even more health than it did before. Find that really weird. But, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, here we are. We got 3 level 150 stegos, all with the same bias towards health and melee as the Hatzegopteryx has, which is also a level 150. So we have 35 levels into the health, 30 into the melee, 20 into the rest, except for stamina being at 24, because that's how I had the numbers come out. So we're going to let the 3 stegos, even though they're pretty tanky, start the fight. They are not mate boosted. I can't control what traits they have, like what they spawn with, but I mean everything's going to have traits. Everything does have traits. So let's go ahead and let's get this party started. Okay, it was a little slow, but the 3 stegos did win. They did get it. I think the big part of that was because of how tanky they are and the fact that they caught it. One of them caught it with their Thagomizer attack, and that does, I guess, a percentage bleed. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get on to the next level 150 fight. Okay, here we go. We got a bit better of a fight, I think we got here. We got a Rex, a Vanilla Rex, versus the Hatzegopteryx, the star of the episode. I don't have to keep saying it. The Rex they have the exact same amount of levels in each stat. So 35 levels into the health for the Rex, and 35 levels into the Hatzegopteryx. As you can see, the Hatz has 10.9k health at 35 levels, and the Rex has 8.8k health at 35 levels into it. So, because the Rex is a little dated and only has 1 attack and has about 2,000 less health, I'm going to let it start the fight. And if it loses, I think that makes the Hats look more impressive. So we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and start this fight. Alright, so the hat's only one with a bit more health than the Rex. Not by much. You know, it had, what, 1,200 left before it healed, or 1,300, something like that. Not very high. It really didn't win out with much health left. It had, what, it has about... What health does it have left if we claim it? About the same amount of health it would have if it was level 1. Just a little higher. So yeah, very close fight. I think that's going to end off this episode, this battle video. I hope that y'all enjoyed. I hope that me talking in the videos is actually helping. Tell me in the comments if any of you watch this far or anyone cares to leave a comment. Go ahead and tell me if you think me commentating in these is better or just pure music and keep it more how I used to do it. But please, if you do enjoy, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to show me some support and help me grow as a YouTuber. And if you have any ideas, let me know. Bye-bye.
Don't